Alright boys, now I've been getting a ton of questions about my current gear and everything, which leads me up to this video. Now you're thinking, what in the hell is this that I'm holding? Well, good question. That's definitely what I'm going to go over briefly in this video. Stay tuned. Alright, for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is AJ, otherwise known as Anthony. I'm a speedqb player and I occasionally do play paintball. Enough about me. Today we're going over my current build, the SSG-1. Now, you're probably thinking like, why does that look so different? Now, I did take off the upper receiver from the SSG-1. This is the current stock that it comes with. It does look a little wonky, so which is why I kind of removed it. I'm not going to go over too much details and specifics about the gun. There are a ton of videos of that out there. I usually use this for CQB and speedqb style play, so I did put on the upper receiver from the 5.56 and upgraded the internals for that upper receiver as well, which does include a max hop-up, a Prometheus bucking, and a 6.03 inner barrel, I believe, from also Prometheus, which has been pretty solid for me overall. It is a really good gun out of the box, and nothing else has been upgraded so far. I do get a lot of questions for that because it does shoot straight laser beams on the field. The trigger response is also really great, so that's something to be mindful for, that the motor will start to overheat, especially during hot weather. It will definitely start to cook, so that's something to watch out for. Give this a break when you get a chance. Another important aspect about this gun is that it is also a battery killer. I do run three, count mind you, 1250 mAh 11.1 volt LiPo batteries. Not saying that all three will usually take me up the entire day, but it's always good to have backups, because I'll have one that'll last me for like maybe a majority of the morning, and then the other half, another battery which will last me in the afternoon. So something to keep in mind. The gun itself does shoot at about 300 FPS currently with .25s, which isn't really ideal, and sometimes it's hit or miss between 290 and 300, but that's perfectly fine for me. I'm not really tripping. I'm just going for efficiency and durability, something that'll last me. You guys have seen me run high Capas with the backpack and line. Honestly, I've grown to kind of dislike that setup over time. You see me run with the ESG or the Euro Tactics build, but even if those were to break on me, I have this backup gun just to use on the field and to use as a primary weapon on any field for rec play. So it's a pretty solid gun, and I wholeheartedly recommend this if you're going to be out there on the field. And another thing that I love using is this Brighter C, courtesy of SkyFall Airsoft. Be sure to check them out when you guys get a chance. This is the one that actually I use to practice sliding on the field. It's got a light polymer body, but because of the ARP 5.56 metal version, it is going to put a little bit of weight onto it, but that's something that I don't mind. The SSG is so good that I ended up buying two, and I use that for my other ESG build, although this is still kind of in the works and out of commission because of the regulator. I do plan on using this sometime in the future, just for another backup gun, of course. It's always good to have backups, especially when you're in tournament play, and I learned that the hard way. With that being said, because the gun is so ridiculous and so hated on the airsoft community, I made this into essentially a meme gun, of course, with the Supreme bands across the rail and the mag, and of course this sticker that no one's really asked me about, like what does it mean or anything like that. Essentially,
say it with me now.
That's essentially the gist of it. But I do plan on upgrading it little by little, starting with the motor and everything else internal over time, probably putting a new MOSFET. The only unfortunate thing is this gun is proprietary. Of course, it's a G&G combat machine, just something to consider if you ever do want to upgrade triggers or anything like that. You'll probably have to just replace a majority of the internals altogether. I don't care if you guys copy this idea. A lot of people keep asking me, a lot of people saying, what is that? It's so cool. I got a decal on the interior of the SSG build here, which was an idea that I kind of saw from SYG Phantom. Now I appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. It's a pretty solid gun. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. It does retail typically between 280 and a little over 300, depending on where you get it from. E-Bike, I know it's a little expensive. AEX, if Peter's not going to yell at you, then you can definitely get the gun for about 280. So definitely check it out when you get a chance. I wholeheartedly recommend it. That's been my SSG-1 review, and I'll see you guys on the next video.